Hello and welcome, friends. I am very excited today. What would happen in your life if a mini soul sound healing today actually changed everything? Well, that's my intention because we've got one of my favorite guests, Dawn Crystal, on. She is very unique as she started actually channeling what might very well be called an angelic sound that actually has the ability to actually clear out and shift heavy emotional energies in our field. And we're going to talk about how this works, what it actually is doing, and why it's very different. And we're going to be doing some mini soul sound healings today. So we're going to be helping a lot of people here, and everyone is going to get a benefit today. So take a moment right now and write down, what is it you would like to see come about in 2020? It might be a big resolution of a situation, maybe something facing your life right now that you just say, yeah, I just want to have an answer to this one thing. Maybe it's finding a new place to live, like our friend Marvin. You want to open up to that space where you're able to receive that. You're able to be in the environment where something great comes forward for you. I tell the story of my friend Kenji, who many of you know, Kenji Kamara. Moved to Asheville, had no idea where he was going to live, and in a very short time, boom, the perfect place opened up for him. When we are aligned and open, the universe wants to bless us. So how do we actually open that up? Well, our friend today, Dawn Crystal, who is amazing, has some very strong suggestions, and we're going to be talking about things like pain, energetic interferences, the things that really keep us from living our best life, and we're going to do it all today. She is an internationally recognized voice sound healer. She's also a medical intuitive, so she can plug into where you are at. She's a soul reader, a medium, and she also works in the area of pain relief, and I want to share what a few people have been saying about this. One person says, within a very short period of time, I was able to walk down the stairs with absolutely no pain, and Dawn also cleared out the thoughts, beliefs, and mental constructs that caused my physical lack of ease. Another person said, I had more sustained energy, no more end of the day crashed. I noticed as well that I am not sluggish anymore. If you're feeling any of this, I encourage you to give Dawn a try. It's amazing. Now, one of the things that she's really passionate about is drilling deep down to that emotional and physical energy that can keep us stuck. And what we really want to do with this sound is move us into alignment with our soul's purpose. Now, when you do, you're going to hear, just like in her story, how she shifted so quickly into that soul purpose. It changed so much. In fact, she went from a very difficult place to now being able, through her gift, to help people in the area of CEOs, celebrities, entrepreneurs, and people all over the world, people like us, just wanting to make their life better. And she's able to do it, not in weeks, not in months, certainly not years, but in minutes. And we're going to talk about how we can feel that today. Now, her sound healing CD has also been purchased by people all over the globe, and she lives a peaceful life in Maui with her adorable animal companions. I want to share a few other people and their stories. Migraines. One person said, I heard Dawn Crystal speaking. She had helped people with pain issues using her toning sounds. I literally had migraines 3 to 4 times a week, which turns out to be one of her specialties. That was about 8 weeks ago, and I have literally been 8 weeks migraine free. Dawn also helped me clear out several constant, intense body pains. It is such a relief to feel better again. She helped me also clear out a lot of old family energy that had been causing me strange pain. Another person, 10 years of blocked energy's been cleared. And I am so, so grateful. Step into her world and prepare for transformation, says Sandy O. So without further ado, we're going to jump in. Send to us the number one thing you need help with. And if you'd also like a mini soul sound healing session, then go ahead and press *2 on your phone. Dawn, welcome back to UL's Revolution.
Oh, big aloha from Maui, Hawaii, Darius, and everybody here. I'm so grateful, and happy holidays, everybody. This is exciting.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here. Yeah.
Oh, I am too. It's great. It's great to hear from you, and I love just the frequency and joy that comes through your voice. You know, this thing about sound healing to me with voice that you do is so fascinating because it can happen really fast. Tell me about the speed of this and what's really going on when something transforms really quickly. What do you see as maybe being the cause of that?
Well, I just want to mention to you, Darius, is my sound is beyond my mind, and I think it's beyond everybody's mind. I really work beyond, this is really the easiest way to say it. I work beyond all time, space, dimensions, and realities. So that's the place where actually transformation can happen in moments, okay? And the beautiful part about my work that I do is sound. So I'd like to not even put a label on it. I just call it frequency from the divine creator. That's really where I say it. It comes from the divine creator. My voice is just a channel of it. So my sounds, as you know, Darius, from being on your show several times, sometimes don't even make a rhyme or a rhythm, but they're actually very powerful tones that come through my voice that are just frequencies. And I just know which ones to use, you know, whatever situation and whoever I'm working with. And it's my 25 years plus of working and using these sounds on myself, of course, in the beginning. I have evolved into this, you know, so now I'm just using them globally with, you know, all different people who feel that my sounds really resonate with them. And as you know, Darius, we're all on the spiritual fast track here. People just kind of know when there's a frequency that, I call it on a soul level, that feels right to you. You just kind of know, wow, this really feels right to me. I don't know much about maybe Dawn Crystal, but something she's bringing here really feels like I need it, or it feels right that it resonates with me. So it's really awesome, you know, that we can actually just kind of have a knowing, you know, and it's
absolutely,
it's amazing. Yeah.
What have you seen these frequencies do when they enter in through somebody's field?
Well, I have, beyond just sound, I actually can see where energy goes. So it's like almost like an X-ray machine. I can actually see the person energetically and see where they go because I direct them with my voice, of course. But I also, at that time, I work really efficiently and fast. And obviously I talk fast, but the sounds go through me. Yeah, because the sounds are really like supersonic speed. And I could just kind of see where they go with the person. And I could see the blockage, actually, Darius, in a person. So if there's something physically going on, I do see it. But as you just mentioned, and I also work with the unconscious mind as well. So the sounds are, you know, they're from the divine. I mean, I just say the creator of all. So this way your label of whatever you call the creator, whatever resonates true to you is what I work with, okay? So you know, it's just, I work with the frequency of all life, and it just knows where to go with you. And of course I direct it. And of course I would say the person who I'm working with would have to give their consent, which, you know, that's usually how it works. I mean, everybody here has consent if I work with them today. And then the energies just go in and start clearing or releasing instantaneously. If we get people later today, they'll feel it. They'll feel the shifts that happen right away, the clearings that happen right away. But I also want to mention the energy continues beyond our mini session for days, if it has to go days or even weeks, just shifting and changing you, whatever your next step in your evolution is. So this is 2020 around the corner. So I think this is an exciting time for us to be sharing some really high vibration energy today and really changing some lives. So that's what I'm here to do. So
absolutely.
I'm excited.
Absolutely. Your story is a pretty amazing one. I mean, you've had some ups and downs. Tell me, like, what happened? What was the lowest point, and where did you go from there?
Well, my lowest point in my life was when I was really homeless on the beach, and I obviously could go into hours, and we won't do that. But I pretty much left my whole life, everybody, from my life of really horrible trauma, and just not really feeling loved and not knowing what love was. And I left everything in my life to move to one of the Hawaiian Islands with very little money, and lived out of a rent-a-wreck. And at those times when Darius, when I had to save money on my gas, because that's really how low I was, I didn't even have money to eat. And I didn't even know how I was going to eat except find some jewelry that I had that I brought with me in my bag to live on the dollar menu at the McDonald's. That's pretty much I lived. But I used to go to the beach, and that's where my shift, or my you want to call it my breakthrough, happened, because I was surrendered. Everybody, I lost my identity. I mean, I knew I was on a spiritual path, but I was just kind of following in the moment. I just couldn't go back to my old life, because I was suicidal at that time. And when I was sitting at the beach, I would just go there to save money. I wasn't even thinking about making sound. Believe me, I didn't even know I had the ability. I was sitting there to try to save money on gas. That's when the sounds started coming through me. And then the sounds obviously started from nothing actually, and they just started coming through my voice, and they were helping me. That's where they started. I was like, oh, these sounds are weird at first, because this is over 25 years ago. And then I started listening to them, and they were like helping me. I was releasing stuff. I was releasing traumas and stuff, and then that's where it took off from there. And then people on the beach around me were not even open, but they'd sit with me and ask me, "Lady, what are you doing?" And I'm like, I don't know. I said, I don't know, making sounds. And they're like, well, I don't know. I heard you over there, and I don't know, something just felt right to me, and something released on me that was there, a pain, and that's where I started, just from just making sounds for myself, really, in my most humblest, lowest time of my life when I was homeless. That's really the truth.
It's just amazing. And this started clearing out some of those energies in you, I assume, that were creating some of that suffering. And as that started clearing out, did your life improve and things, it sounds like, just started spiraling forward? Yeah, it wasn't overnight. I was so traumatized. I mean, even to this day, I just want to mention, anybody who says they're done with their healing, I would kind of question that. I'm still healing myself, by the way. But, I mean, those heavy times of what I was really, I mean, I'm just telling you, I'm still clearing myself. As things come up, I'm like, oh, I thought I cleared that. But things do come up in layers. But no, it started catapulting pretty quickly for me because I was just out of my ego. And that was probably the why I was so guided to really make such a drastic shift in my life, to give up everything, because I was only ego-driven in my whole life because I was in fear. I was fear-based because I was running from, I was pretty much traumatized my whole life, okay? And I really had trauma even in my relationships. I was married twice. And I just, that's all I had was living in, was chaos. So I was just, that was like the big push of the universe, or what do you want to say, the divine creator, pushing me out of that old life into the unknown in some ways, because it was the unknown for me. And it was scary because at that time, because I didn't know anybody. I just grabbed 2 bags and like $700 and came on a plane one way, and here I was on a beach and said, oh, I can't afford rent. So I just said, something in me says, go get a rent-a-wreck, and that's pretty much what I lived out of, an old rent-a-car that was really old and pretty much beat up. And that was my house for about a half a year until I actually got a job and got on my feet. And then from there is when my life took off. And that's where I was guided to start getting jobs and stuff, And then my sounds grew from there. Well, I want to share some of the stories, because you're not the only one that shifted through this. There's a lot of people that have been writing in. One lady, Destine, she says, Dawn Crystal in Maui is awesome. Her healing energy is amazing. It's instantaneous, and it continues to work and move things out of your field for hours and days later. So tell me about this. There's a lot of stories that I have in front of me of people with aches and pains. Another lady, Shirley, her energy improved, experience went up, she feels better, and she's not experiencing all the aches and pains she had after working with you. What is the root of physical pain that you see as an energy healer, and how does the sound begin to shift that out of our physical experience?
Well, there's a lot there, but again, I'm working with all aspects of you and your soul. So when I go in and work with someone, Darius, I'm not just, I can see, like I said, I'm like an X-ray vision. I can actually see what's going on in the body. And of course I have consent, but also that's number one. But also I'm working with the person's soul. So I'm talking about the soul, that's their higher soul, that's with them, okay? So that I'm actually have an ability, believe it or not, to communicate with that part of their being. So it's not their unconscious mind or anything like that. I'm talking about the soul of the person. And that's really how I could go in and really find out what's going on very quickly, because a lot of times, I want to tell you, Darius, people will give me a physical ailment or a physical sensation that they're having. Sometimes it has to relate with the mind, and they have no idea. So with me being able to tune into their higher self, their soul, and their soul is obviously telling me to go here, go there, which is nowhere what the person's explaining, I follow the soul's lead, okay? That's what I do. That's how I live my life. I follow my soul's lead. And from there is where I go in with my sound, because that's where I'm guided, and I start making sounds. And, of course, I'm running energy through the areas of the person where they're feeling it. Doesn't always necessarily mean that it's always coming from that area, okay? But it can get blocked up a little bit there, but it's not always a root cause. So there's a lot of, I call it, I'm working on so many different dimensions at one time. That's probably why I make sound and I'm not really talking all the time, because it's so fast, and it just goes in and it just starts clearing it out like instantaneously. And of course, it does. The energies do, source energy, God, creator, whatever you want to call it, energy just continues working on you, because it could go on for weeks if it has to. And it's the shifting and changing beyond the mind that has to happen, because I want to make a very important thing to note that, because we are all here on this spiritual fast track, if you want to call it right now, Darius, our physical bodies are the slowest part of us that has to keep up or keep on board with us, okay? So that's where I come in as well, because we can, accelerate and do all this high vibrational work and raise vibration, but we have to remember something here, everybody. We have a physical body here that's not running at that speed, and we have to be loving with that part of our being and work with the inner child. We have an inner child, everybody, that's with us. I actually can see every age of us. Darius, when I'm working with a person, it's another thing I see. The age of the person from the birth to where they're at, okay? That's where I can find a lot of blockage, because I can tell you from just my own journey of working on myself, I did not have it smooth. I had my inner child, my ego, trying to stop me because it was afraid. It was afraid.
Yeah.
And it's normal human behavior to have that feeling, because just think about this, everybody. Our minds are what really kind of runs the show with us most of our life. It does a pretty darn good job, I would say. But it doesn't really know how to bring us into enlightenment in our true happiness. It tries. It tries to bring us that. But that's a part of our being that's physical or human that actually has to come on board with our soul. And a lot of times our physical ego, our inner child, feels threatened by our evolution or our, just our spiritual fast track, or if you want to call it, because it thinks it's not going to have a word or its say-so anymore. It's like almost like a part of our being feels like it's going to be wiped out. And it's actually not the truth, but we, in some ways, my sounds educate that part of us to say, no, you're still here. You're still with all parts of you, because that's what you are. You're made of all aspects of you, physical and spiritual. But we need to kind of bring you all together as a team. That's what I do with my sounds. It's not just bringing one aspect. Otherwise, my work would not be long-term. So I'm bringing the body, the mind, and the spirit together, which includes all aspects of your inner child together. I do that with my sound pretty quickly. But we have to have every part of us on board, which is, if we don't have us on board, we're going to have a little bit more of backlash, I call it, or more block. Sometimes we self-sabotage ourselves as far as pain in the body. We can get into that too. So it's not just caused from traumas and surgeries and all that we automatically think that blockage in the body is caused from, Darius. It could be caused from some aspect of ourselves, just kind of putting the brakes on things. So, there's a lot of things happening here.
Are we feeling more pain and sadness and what I would call like the lower vibration because we are ascending and the energies are quickening? Is this stuff starting to come up more in people than it might have? Okay, tell me about that. So more people are sort of in this boat. So guys and girls, it's okay. We're all family here. So tell me about it.
Well, the thing about it is we have to remember here, Darius, is that we have to kind of enjoy our journey. It's like we all want to get to the top and kind of bypass maybe some uncomfortable periods. Yeah, I mean, that's just normal human behavior, and I've been there myself, and I've had many moments of saying, oh, my gosh, am I going to get through this? I think we all have, but it's really coming into a place of surrender and acceptance of, okay, this is what I'm feeling. Yeah, and there is a lot of this old stuff coming up, you're right, because we've had many incarnations, okay? A lot of us, too, as you are, Darius, you're an empathic, but you're very sensitive. We also are feeling, everybody could be feeling other people's stuff that we're connected to, such as family members, family lineage. That's also coming up for clearing because, right now the divine is trying to make us all divine sovereign beings. Okay, I'm not saying that we're not going to be related to people, but really disconnect some things that were there that might not be serving you or the person you're connected to, so we could both, you and your partner or anybody else that you're related to, can actually accelerate on their soul path at their own speed in their own way of doing it. So, there's a lot of things happening here. A lot of it could be past lifetime situations. I work with past lifetimes. I clear those as well on people. So there's definitely many factors involved. It's like I said, everybody's just not cookie cutter as far as the way I look at it, Darius. Everybody's an individual, a divine individual. So I just go about it, and since I have these many facets of my energy work that I could go into different ways of working with the person, it's never the same for everybody, I can tune into a person's soul, and then I'm guided, but I'm also, like I said, I always have to listen to the inner child, of course, your ego, and where your pain or where your situations are coming from, if it's working on pain or whatever I'm working on. I work on different issues for everybody, That could also be just blockages.
Tell me about the brain, because I noticed one of the clearings that you do works in the area of the brain. Now, we generally don't have, let's say, pain per se in our brains, but I'm sure we have other things, right? We have thoughts, we have emotions, we may have connections. What type of work actually happens in the brain, and what would be the benefits of sound healing focused on the brain area?
Well, again, it's going to clear out your belief system. Okay, that's part of it, because you know, up until age 6, we're like an age 6 it is. We're like a sponge, and we kind of download the world. We download our parents' belief systems. We download whoever is in their life. So that's the child of us that's just kind of growing, and it really just taking on everything. It's like we're a sponge at that age. So it's really, as a parent, I would say it's a very important time to really, you know, not monitor, but just to really bring positive enforcement in our children's life. Now, in my case, I didn't have that. So, and I think a lot of people might be here too have had a lot of trauma, and mine was from early on, actually from birth. So basically what the sounds do, my sounds do, it goes in and starts clearing out those unconscious belief systems that are there that you know or you don't know where they're coming from. A lot of it has to do, believe it or not, everybody, with your inherited ancestral line of your family. Because a lot of times we don't realize that we're carrying our family's, you know, I would say, you know, just family's heavy stuff. And maybe it's our lifetime. In this lifetime, I know I was carrying a lot of my family stuff. I had to clear a lot of it. I had a very heavy family lineage to clear this lifetime, which I didn't know I signed up for that until I got here. And I'm like, wow, I got my stuff and I got my family stuff to clear.
I don't even know some of these people, and I got to clear them.
Yeah, yeah. But it could be kind of hard for some people. You know, it's like, wow, you know, I'm just trying to clear my own stuff, and then I got the load of everybody else. So that could be part of it. My sounds are really good, Darius, for like rebalancing the brain, because I really help people. Even people come to me with like chronic headaches and migraines, because I'm really good at that, because a lot of times we could get some minor blockage in our brain. I'm not a medical professional, but I'm very good at what I do. But I just say I'm an alternative to what you're doing. So I go in and I just basically rebalance the whole brain, and I do that really quickly because I can really see the vessels. I mean, I'm like, my eyes and just what I can see is amazing in the body when I'm really tuned into somebody, and I can actually just kind of clear imbalances that I see. You know, sometimes we have just these unconscious like mind chatter going on all the time, and a lot of people come to me, they can't even sleep. So if you got sleep issues, I'm really good with clearing it, just kind of get people back into their bodies and kind of getting them out of their brain and really rebalancing the full brain of the person. And you know, if there's any traumas or anything unconscious there, of course, I'm really good at clearing all that stuff. And also, you know, I'm not talking about entities here, but I'm also going to clear out low vibrations, okay? Not saying that it happens all the time.
Okay.
But I see everything. You know, I would say if I see something there, I will clear it out, okay, if it's something that's foreign. So there's so many aspects of what could be causing, you know, just brain dysfunction or imbalance. But I see it all. I just clear it. Just clear it instantaneously. But it is long term. So I want people to know that because I'm working on so many different levels, the energy doesn't stop after we work together. It'll keep working, and you'll definitely notice the shifts and changes that happen after our sessions. Even, like I said, it can go on for weeks, even months if it has to. And people notice improvement right away. So it's not like just, oh, did it work? You know it. You know something's happening here. You know, you could feel it. You know it's happening right away.
So the effect can continue for several months. Well, I want to ask you one more question about the signs that maybe something is blocked. How does it show up? And I know there can be many things. And we're going to jump into some callers and help some folks. But what are the signs, Dawn? Because, I mean, you work in the area of pain, you work in the area of energy blocks, emotional blocks, financial blocks, relational blocks. Is there any particular signs that sound healing itself, the way you do it, could be very effective? Like if you see a client, how do you know that, oh, this is going to help them?
Well, I think my sounds benefit everybody. And I can tell you the most common thing that I find in most people, and this is very simple, but it's very powerful that I can do this, is really getting your energy systems of your body moving. Okay, I mean, I have people who are athletes who still have a lot of like blockage in the meridians and just not the flow. Maybe just it could be hereditary causing that in their body. See, I have people who are athletes and still have issues of blockage and pain and all that stuff. And sometimes it's just blocked, the energy systems of their body. So I just basically do a power wash of sound through the person's body, even when I'm doing mini sessions, just getting things moving. So I'm all about, Darius, about getting people's body to heal themselves naturally. Because I'm not here just, I'm here to get you so your body can actually heal itself the way it was designed. But of course, I want to say, unfortunately, we're living in a physical form. We do have traumas. We do have belief systems that come up on us. We do have surgeries is another big one. Surgeries, we have to get surgery, okay? That's just what we have to do at times. But it causes a lot of distortion in your body, especially the organs. I work the organs of the body as well. Getting your organs up to running the way they should be, because it's a lot of times the organs will really take a hit, especially if there's a surgery that's happening around that area or even around it or working with that area. And, our organs are designed to function a certain way, and I can find that a lot of times they don't always work the same way afterwards. And I go in and work all systems of the body, which includes all the energy systems, and I also work on getting the organs back to, the way that they were designed by the divine creator to work properly. And that's really a lot of work I do, but I can usually do that in like a 20-minute session. So it's amazing. And people feel it right away because that's just what my gift is, it's what I've been doing for over 25 years, and I've gotten really efficient at it, I just know what I'm doing.
Absolutely. Yeah. What's one of your favorite stories? And then we're going to jump in and create some cool memories today.
Okay. Well, one of my favorite stories as far as somebody I worked with?
Yeah. Anybody that comes to mind that...
yeah. I won't say anything today, and I worked with even just somebody earlier today, someone who found me. It's a miracle. This person, I won't say any name, and randomly found me on the internet. Didn't even know who I was. Okay, this just tells you about soul guidance, everybody. This woman is from another country, had no idea who Dawn Crystal was, but something in her said buy a session from her, so she even bought it from my website. And to make a long story short, she saw every doctor out there. She had chronic back pain. And nobody can help her, okay? She went through the whole Western route, and she says, I don't know, just something about this lady's voice, something sounds right, so she did. And I worked with her for a 30-minute session, and found out today that the beautiful part about it, she was ready to shift, okay? So obviously, she was like busting out the seams. I'm so sick of this. I could see it in her energy. She was ready to shift. So it was really easy for me to work with her. But what she needed was basically a really good energy clearing. Of course, I did that and got her flow of her meridians going. And I cleared out some really old, she had some old karma in a past lifetime where I won't get into the story of it, but she had some really bad backlash from a past lifetime that was causing a lot of pain in her body. And nobody could figure that out, but I cleared it in like 30 minutes and got her body back to functioning and feeling great. So by the time we got done with the 30-minute session, she was on cloud 9, feeling light. Oh my God. I'm not taking, I never felt this good before. And she was new to energy work as well, Darius, which was really, that's why I find it a fascinating story that this happened today, because she wasn't a newbie to this. And she was just like, I can't believe I haven't felt like this in years, and I feel light and more alive and more energy. So that was just, that's a true story that just happened about 2 hours ago. That's a great story.
Wow.
Yeah. Totally.
We've got a question real quick. We're going to start taking some. Marvin is asking about finances, and it's an interesting thing with energy and finances. If you had situations where people's finances shift, or maybe their beliefs about finances shift, tell me about that.
Well, I find a lot of times just people who have financial issues is really when I do the body, mind, and spirit, I connect all aspects of us into our hearts. And I really do a heart expansion with that person, because a lot of times we have heart walls and things that are blocking us from receiving, which a lot of times if we're blocking ourselves at any levels from receiving any type of love, which includes money, that's going to create definitely an impact on your flow of what's coming into you. So I'm not saying that we don't have belief systems, and what I know in my case, growing up, I had a family who was lack conscious, and all I listened to my whole life was, we don't have enough. So that was ingrained in me my whole life, okay? So I do work with that, but I'm just talking about a lot of times, Darius, just being able to open a person's heart. I'm talking about really clearing it out, okay?
Right.
And I do that really quickly. It opens them up to so much more, and it's beyond money. But of course, money is just a byproduct, and it's beautiful. You could be abundant and have extra money instead of just getting by, or whatever your case is. Yeah. So that's something I do all the time, and it makes a huge shift on people, because I can tell you one thing, Darius. when you could bring in your soul into your body, and I'm really good at doing that with people because that's part of my work, is grounding in our, I call it our personal power to the body. Bringing your soul in our body is, our soul, everybody, is abundant to begin with, okay? That's our divine self. We could bring that soul in our body and actually ground it. That's what I do with my sounds. I ground our person's soul in our bodies to our feet, to planet Earth. Right there, you become more expansive to receive, okay? So I'm not saying our soul's not always in the body. I think a lot of times people's souls go in and out of the body. I see that a lot with our higher self. But I'm talking about really grounding in the energy of your soul to your body so you can actually feel that. And I do that really quickly, but also it does something. It almost puts you in the flow of life. I can't explain it, but it's amazing how you can start living in that, I call it a magical flow. And people just start receiving all kinds of opportunities. It doesn't, it might not be money hitting you right away, but I can tell you a lot of people get money. I've had people receive like money, like a check or something in the mail, and they're like, I didn't know I need money. Some money came. I'm like, we didn't even work. We just worked on pretty much bringing their soul and their body and opened their heart, and they got money. So it just tells you right there, bringing the body, the mind, and the spirit together opens you up to the universal flow of all of life, which is really abundance, everybody. So that's pretty exciting, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, very exciting. And certainly you can have a lot of serendipities come in, and certainly you may feel more inspired as well to go out and do more so that you are always creating abundance. I mean, so ultimately it's a two-way street, and I love that. So here's what I want to do. I know people are pretty excited, as I am, to see kind of what's going to happen. We've got quite a few people connecting in. We've got, it looks like, one of our first callers, Melissa. She's in Salem, Oregon. And Melissa, let us know what's going on, just so we can feel into where you're at, and then we'll see what we can do today to help you and also shift the audience. How can we love you today?
Well, anyway, you can. I've been a rough time. I'm staying outside a hospital. My mother's been there for 10 days, and I'm homeless, and, I just kind of feel a little lost. And
I'm so sorry.
I'm urging to be a sound healer. That's why the call really caught my attention today. But I don't know how exactly or where to go, and my job's on the line because of all this. And just trying to surrender, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in the perfect place today.
Would she like to feel some of her light of who she is in her body? I think what it is more or less to open up to receive that birthright of yours, and that's actually your divine self. Would you be willing to receive that beyond the mind of what expectations you're wanting, but your mind already knows, or your soul already knows what you're needing, and just allow that to come in? So it's almost like we just need to bring you more into your heart and your body with your light. Are you willing to receive some of that?
Yes, please.
As a gift. Okay, so I want you to is it okay, Darius, if I work with her?
Absolutely. You are the perfect one, Dawn, for this.
Okay, thank you.
You've been there.
All right, Melissa, thanks. Yeah, I have been homeless, and I have complete compassion. I can tell you something, my dear. This is going to strengthen you beyond measure, and you're probably going to be helping somebody someday in your same situation. Yep. And I can tell you, you're going to have I can't tell you something. My gift to homelessness at the time, I thought I was a victim. But after what I see what happened to me, it's a gift. And I can only have this compassion with you right now if I haven't been there myself, and I have. So let's go ahead and start with some sound, and I want you to feel this in your body. Just allow the divineness, the divine creator to start coming in you. You ready?
Yes.
Let's begin. Let's begin. Just receive. Receive. Can you feel something happening? Can you feel some of that light coming through you right now?
Yeah, I feel a little light.
Yep, it's calming you down. I'm bringing you into your heart right now so you can relax in that divineness that you are and know everything is perfectly fine. Bring your personal power to your feet. take a deep breath and tell me how you're starting to feel.
Well, like the energy flowing.
Yeah. Can you feel a sense of peace coming through you right now?
Yeah.
Can you feel that your mind is starting to be calmed down?
Well, I can tell you things look brighter, like actually look brighter.
Yeah. I want to explain what that is. That's your soul in your body right now, vibrating, radiating, and your eyes are seeing a whole new. It's almost like a new light that you haven't seen before. So it's almost like you had like shades over your eyes, and they've just been lifted, and now you have your divine energy coming into your body. That's like almost like loving you. It's almost like a divine energy is coming to you, saying it's okay. Everything is going to be okay. You know, your energy of your soul just wants to be there with you right now to comfort you and start guiding you. And your guidance may come in just like intuitions or feelings within the next, like I would even say, couple days, just to start taking some, your soul says, new action steps in the direction to really bring you into your true happiness, but which you're not really aware of right now. But I just brought in an activation to you beyond words that is going to really help you through right now, through the next year. And you just received a big like download of it, and you can feel the peace that's with it. And I could feel it. I could hear it in your voice.
I can see the clarity. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Do you feel a sense of being more grounded right now too?
I think so. Like the biggest thing is I feel like clarity. Like you said, my eyes. Like all of a sudden things just look clear.
And I can hear it in her voice. Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. All right, we are going to keep going, and you can definitely feel the difference. I could feel this coming in. It was like just this very when you said grounding, it felt light, but also felt like it was anchoring me to my power, and I could feel that with her. So I'm so touched to see this happen today, especially with people who I know are struggling. Oh, there's so much energy that is chaotic right now as the field changes. We're going to go to the next caller and just keep loving folks. So, all right, I want to go to another caller. We've got Sharon in Mount Shasta. I know that's a vortex. We're going to have some, I'm sure, interesting insights with Sharon. Sharon, how can we love you today?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. I've been getting quite a bit of energy work and feeling better. But I just the other day I put my back out, and it's been really, really challenging. And I did get some back adjustments, and it's better. But I would appreciate any insight and any healing to help promote, more greater health and well-being.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking my call.
And I want to ask you real quick, Dawn, if you are seeing anything in her energy field that's okay to share, let us know kind of as you peer into her what's going on. I mean, of course, keeping it kind of, I guess somewhat private, but just like how you're seeing it. Sure.
Yeah. Well, Sharon, do I have permission to work on you?
Oh, yes. Please.
Okay. So, Sharon, is it your lower back that's hurting?
Oh, yeah.
So I see, I'm just going to say this just because I see things energetically. I almost see like a noose around your waist. It's almost like you feel like sometimes you have some tightness around your waist or a noose or a rope.
Okay.
Well, it's there. And it's almost like, not that anybody put it there, it's like a part of your being that's kind of like, can you feel like you take a few steps forward and sometimes you don't? It's like almost you take a step back. And again, that's it's just some part of your being is just like, because you're really on the accelerated path as well, and we were just talking about this in the beginning, about keeping all parts of your being on board. So I'd like to just do a little energy to kind of bring your inner child with you on the journey, and of course your body, mind, and spirit. And that should make things a little bit smoother, and of course I'll work your back as well. So you want me to do that?
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, sure. So you may be aware of it or not, but it happens, okay? It's kind of normal. So what's happening with you is not really, it's pretty normal. It happens to a lot of people, okay? So let's go ahead and make some sounds. Just imagine divine creator's light above your head as I make sound. Everything that's not your highest good will release into the light above your head. And I'll be releasing that heavy energy around your waist as well. So you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's begin. There it goes. Can you feel something around your waist lifting? Can you feel something happening around your waist?
I can't say I feel it on my waist, but I'm just breathing deep and.
Yeah, just relax. It depends on how you feel. I don't know if you're sensitive to energy. It depends if you feel energy or not. Some people do, or some people don't. So we'll just do as best as I can. Just let it go. Quick question. I'm just checking your energy at your head. Do you feel something moving a little bit around your head?
Around my head. Oh, I was thinking more lower down, but
yeah, you got something blocking your crown chakra. Darius, I'm going to make a loud sound just because I can see something blocking her crown chakra. Okay, so don't get startled. That's how I move energy. Okay. There it goes. I had to clear that.
Wow.
It's a high-pitched sound. What it is it clears out any really dense energy really quickly. There it goes. Now you should start feeling some flow. Okay. Do you feel something slightly happening right now?
Yeah, it feels like it's loosening up and opening more.
Yeah. Well, what happened is you had a very heavy energy that was kind of like, I don't know what, it was just a heavy energy that was really dense at the top of your head that was kind of blocking your crown chakra for your lighter, your energy coming into the body. So I made that loud sound for a reason to lift off that heavy, dense energy. So now can you feel some energy lifting from your back? Do you feel it getting lighter?
Yeah.
Because now you have your energy. This is very important, Darius. People get blocked up, and a lot of times, I want to explain this so everybody knows what I'm doing. People get blocked up at the crown chakra, and that's a very common place where there's nowhere for your energy to flow, your energy meridians and your systems to flow. So what happens is they get really blocked up there, which she does have that. That's why it's kind of feeling more stagnated in her body. Now, I'm just making energy sounds, moving everything out, which includes working on her back, and she's probably feeling a little bit lighter, I would imagine, where she was having the pain. Would you agree that that's lightening up?
Yeah, I would agree. Thank you.
Yeah, feel that. Yeah. I can see it. Now bring your energy right to your feet, your personal power. There it goes. Take a deep breath on that. How are you feeling, my dear? Shifting and changing, of course.
Yes. It's a real good start. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but the start is actually going to continue. So I would say drink some extra water today because I would say that you could probably feel a pretty big shift here. Once you start walking around and moving and this energy keeps releasing, send Darius a message back on that because I can tell you I just cleared a ton of energy out of your back.
Okay, yeah,
that was
like lighter already for sure.
Feels okay.
Yeah.
All right, can you move it all or move your back and see what you're feeling? I'm just curious, but don't do anything too fast.
Yeah.
No, it does feel, it's improved quite a bit. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Thank you so much.
But now it needs time to release, so that's what it's doing.
It is interesting. So when you saw the thing going on higher up in her head, what was that? Was it just a low vibration? Was it some sort of other type of, I don't know.
Well, I want to be truthful. I see everything, and it was a lower vibration. I actually feel it was somebody she was related to or knows, that was doing it.
Okay.
So trying to, maybe a little jealous. I was feeling some jealous energy there. I didn't want to put her on the spot, but I was actually cleared that person off of her. It's like somebody was just sitting on her head,
Alive or dead?
Alive.
Ah.
Somebody who's alive. Yeah.
Does somebody need to have, like, energy? Do they have to be, like, very, like, attuned to be able to do that to you? Or could someone who just, like, I don't like this person and I'm just going to think of them badly, can that affect an intuitive? I mean, like, I'm wondering, was this person like somebody who knew how to send bad energy, or was it just someone?
Well, no, and people. Yeah, it's karma. People could just have, you know, obviously there's people out there who probably know what they're doing, but people could just send bad energy to somebody just by jealousy or whatever it could be. You know, I didn't feel like this person was trying to hurt her. I felt the person was just a little bit jealous of her, and that could be just because she's on the spiritual fast track, and maybe they don't know how to be there, and they'd like to. So, you know, it's not that it happens all the time, so that's why I didn't make a big thing out of it. But that was really what I saw, and I cleared. So if she is listening, maybe she could do a little bit more healthy boundaries just for herself, and maybe she might even know who that person is, okay? So it's just kind of like some wisdom for her, you know, to keep in mind that can happen. It doesn't happen a lot, but it can, and that's what I cleared, for sure.
My mom, I have a funny story. It kind of relates to this, but my mom originally is from Argentina, and she lived in a village.
Oh, cool.
Very small part in the mountains. And when she was a baby, there was a lady that like kept talking about what a beautiful baby she was, and she got very sick, like after that, really, really sick. And my grandmother like knew that this lady had maybe not necessarily put a hex on her, but had sent some kind of bad energy. And then they took her to a they call like a bruja, which is like a witch, like a village, like, you know, woman that understood energy, and they cleared her of that, and then she got well instantaneously.
Yeah.
So I hear those things, and I'm like, oh, I might not have been here if we didn't have an energy healer all the way back in Argentina when my mom was a little girl, or a baby, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, these things are real. I never thought of that. This is cool. Okay, so I want to go into one question really fast, and then we're going to jump into some of the process we're going to do today. All right, so Sadia is in Toronto. She says, I would be so grateful for any help from Dawn on anything that I'm ready to release. It's been a really hard year, and 2 days ago I hit my break point. And she says, I feel like even giving my son up for adoption. Okay, so I saw that. I was like, okay, so for Sadia in Toronto, I know you're an energy intuitive. There are going to be people here that they're not sure what to work on, but you can see into her energy field as to what is her soul source and what isn't. Can you maybe help her a little, and then we'll come to the group? Yeah.
Yeah. And if she could write back after I do this mini session on her, that'd be great. So, Sadie, I'm just tuning into you because I know I got your permission. I'm just seeing that she needs to be more aligned with her higher self. So right now she's just kind of, obviously she's feeling the world. And obviously there's a lot of sadness, as you were mentioning earlier, but we need to bring her more into her light. So this way her light is stronger than everything else that's around her that's affecting her. So that's what I do, is I'll bring in her personal power to her body so she radiates her own energy. She becomes her own energy planet, and everything around her is not really going to affect her like it is now. And that's, I'm not saying that she doesn't have some depression. She does. I feel part of her depression is caused from her family, ancestral, but I could at least bring in some light so she could think. I'll help clear her mind or her brain too, so she can think clearly and see how she feels. So let's go ahead and just do a mini session here with her. Sadia from Toronto just received this, and imagine the Divine Creator's light above your head as I'll be releasing energy from you into the light above your head. And I'm also going to be grounding in your personal power or your light to your feet to planet Earth. So let's do that right now. Let's see what she says after she receives this. She's another one. Darius has a lot of energy at her head. Bringing her energy of her light to her feet, her personal power. Okay, so hopefully, Sadie, you can hear this, and take a deep breath. And hopefully you can start feeling some releasing, because I just moved out a ton of energy from her, Darius, and I also cleared the top of her head and grounded in her personal power to planet Earth in her feet. And I did that really quickly. So see if she can start feeling that shift.
Yeah, okay. I can't wait to see what she says. Right into Asadia, and then we're going to jump into the group process. Real quick, what was the energy, or what can you describe a little bit about what was going on there?
Okay, well, with Sadia, she didn't have the jealous energy above her head, Darius, but she's just walking around. I always like to make I always like to keep it light. You know, it's like, you know, that Charlie Brown figure, Pigpen, how he walks around with the heavy energy around his head. A lot of people, it's nothing personal, I'm just trying to make it light. So basically, we all kind of walk around, a lot of us with that energy around our head that we just don't know it's there, and a lot of times we just get used to it and make it our own. So I just cleared a really heavy pocket out of her that was kind of causing some confusion energy with her. She does have some deep sadness from some trauma. I believe it's from this lifetime, so it might have been from childhood. That's something she could work on if she isn't working on it already. But I also grounded in her personal power, so this way her soul can start coming in her body, which it is, to start assisting her and to make her load a lot lighter. And that's what I'm doing today, is bringing the body, mind, and spirit together in one vessel. So, that's what I did in that few minutes of time that I was working on her. So it was a lot of work I did, for sure.
Thank you. All right, so I know there are people here saying, okay, what about me? Well, we're going to jump into the group process. And, Dawn, you have been just such a dear, giving so much of your heart and energy today. I can really feel the love of service to humanity today that you are sending out to everybody in suffering. You know, we're all one human collective, and I know it's a challenging holidays for some reason, and we're getting more messages, but know that we are light and we are infinite. So let's move in. Tell us what we're going to be doing, and then we'll get started.
Yeah, so I'd like to just kind of clear off some of the chakras and everybody and bring in light to everybody here. And, of course, this could be like a power wash, because what we're going to do is bring the light in through our crown chakra. And basically, we'll just kind of imagine it. I'll have you put your energy and focus on a couple different chakras in the body, just in case some people are holding some trapped emotions, especially in the stomach area, that might be blocking some of your light coming in. So I'll kind of do that with just the group process. And then basically, we could just imagine the light coming in from our crown chakra, clearing us from the inside out, from the inside of your body, down your feet, everybody, to the center of Mother Earth. And we're going to imagine it's like a white cocoon of light around us, being like a power wash, I call it, of just kind of clearing off anything that's attached to us, like radiation. We were talking about this earlier, Darius, like cell phones, radiations, and, you know, cell phones. Everybody carries cell phones. We don't realize that it actually creates a lot of distortion in our energy fields. That's why I don't really carry my cell phone on me, as a matter of fact. But it really does, because a lot of people just carry them. They're holding them constantly. So we're just going to do a power wash around everybody, just kind of clearing out the distortion of the radiation, EMFs, any cell phone distortions. We're just going to allow that to go to the planet and let it be transformed as it needs to for the highest good. So, again, if you're sensitive, you'll probably feel this immediately. If you're not, you will receive the activation as long as you say yes. And, of course, I do highly recommend, if anybody's driving or operating any machinery, please don't participate, and maybe participate in the replay, okay?
Okay. And I do want to make note, one of the things I think the reason this is important is there is a proliferation of 5G and other very harmful technologies, and this could be playing a role in some of that up and down energy that we're feeling, where we're ascending, we're getting a lot of cosmic frequency, and then we have some of these lower dimensional artificial frequencies that are high-pitched but not in resonance, creating this discord, and we're feeling this pool between what can be in the fifth dimensional Earth and then what is the control grid kind of locking us into this 3D Earth that, you know, we're going to move beyond. So just hang in there, and this is an important thing that we're doing, I believe, today, and I'm glad you plugged into this, Dawn.
Yeah, and the more we do our work and we keep raising our vibration and everything, you're going to get more sensitive, and that's what's happening. So a lot of times, maybe cell phones never affected you before, but they're actually starting to affect more and more people, the radiation.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and, if you don't mind, we'll do a power wash of that, and we're going to just release all that into the Earth. So I'll kind of guide everybody here, okay? And we'll do a little mini session for the group, okay?
Fantastic. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so everybody, let's just do a little bit of putting attention at the top of our crown chakra. I will make a high-pitched sound on this because there's a lot of people here. And I'm going to go ahead and just everybody imagine that energy going into the light above your head. Anything that's blocking your crown chakra from your light coming into your body, your soul, we're just going to release it right now into the divine creator above your head. So let's go ahead and start with some sound at the top of everybody's crown chakra. Just imagine that. If you're not a visual, just know it's happening to the best of your ability. Let's begin. You might get dizzy a little bit, everybody, on this. Don't worry. We're going to be grounding this in your feet in a minute. I'm going to make one sound, a high-pitched sound. Everybody, sorry to alarm you. Just want to move some heavy, dense energy, so just turn down your volume if you need to for a minute. I'm just going to do this really quickly. There it goes. Release, 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 right into the light above your head. Okay, everybody, let's go a little bit further down to our third eye. We're going to do a little activation there as well, just preparing ourselves for our own energy of light to come in. So let's just put a little tension right there in the third eye. That makes some sound, doing an activation. Okay, let's go down to the throat chakra, everybody. We're just going to release some energy there. This is also going to open your throat chakra for speaking more of your truth, in case you don't. This will help you communicate better. So let's do that right now in the throat chakra. Okay, that's beautiful. Let's take a deep breath, everybody, right now. Okay, let's go down to our heart chakra, everybody, and let's we're going to open the heart chakra up since everybody here is wanting to receive more love or more abundance right now. So we want to open it up, but we're going to also have you imagine somebody in your life that you love, absolutely love, and I want you to put them in your heart right now. If it's your wife, your kids, your family, your pets, whoever it is, just imagine them in your heart chakra as we do a little heart opening and activation here, and receive. Let's begin. Okay, everybody, let's take a deep breath. Okay, let's just go down to the middle of our stomach area. We have minor and major chakras there, and my sounds can actually clear all the chakras in the stomach. So easiest place to put your attention is right by the belly button. And we're still imagining the energy going up into the light above your head to the creator. That's not serving you. So any trapped emotions or anything there might be releasing right now, and they may release after this call. Just drink some extra water, everybody, for the next few days, because you might have some releases just from doing this stomach activation into your root chakra. But we're going to be clearing all the chakras, including the minor chakras. Okay, so just imagine that happening. You can breathe a little bit deeper into the stomach as you are releasing. It's all going into the light above your head. And let's begin this next activation right now. Okay, just take a deep breath, everybody. Energy is on its way out, leaving. Okay, so now we're just going to imagine beautiful divine light coming in from your crown chakra. It's going to be the divine light of who you truly are. Into your crown chakra, going to fill up your head all the way down through your full physical body, going down your chest, your back, down your legs, down your feet, grounding down to the center of loving Mother Earth. And I want you to imagine this also, because we're doing a power wash of radiation and everything. I want you to imagine a beautiful white cocoon of light just around you, kind of washing your energy fields in all parts of your energetic and physical body, of any debris, everything that's not serving you. And that's including, like I said, the cell phone frequencies and all this stuff that's happening right now in EMF. So just imagine it all going down to the earth as well. Just going to be being like gentle raindrops of loving rain from the divine creator. But just imagine that happening. And if you can't imagine and you're not good visually, just trust and know it's happening. And breathe a little deeper. So let's do this right now. Just imagine everything grounding all into the center of Mother Earth down your grounding cord. And let's begin this last activation right now. Okay, let's take a deep breath. And again, the energy will continue working beyond this call today. And if you go back to the replay, you can always listen to it later as well. So that concludes it, Darius, and thank you so much for allowing me to do a group process.
Oh, I love this. Thank you so much, Dawn. This was so beautiful. When you did that big high-pitched clearing, like I could feel this huge wave go across everybody in the audience. It was kind of like this big breakup of that energy. Sadia just wrote into us. God bless her. She's so beautiful. She just said, all the way in Toronto. Oh, my God. With 2 Ds. Darius,
wow, okay.
She said, after a long time, I can see more clearly. I was breathing very heavily. I started crying at a deep level, releasing my sadness. Dawn was absolutely correct about my depression. I do have hat on, hat off for a long time. I've been trying to find my soul purpose. I am feeling so clear, lighter, feel more grounded. I feel like there is hope and support for me and my son. Oh, wow.
I got goose pimples. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am in tears
Humbling.
of gratitude. Yeah, that was Sadia. We worked on her just from the question. So let us know what you are feeling. We would love to hear from you from this last activation, or if we've worked on you and things are coming in, let us know, uwildsrevolution.com/now. And this is amazing. And as these comments come in, Dawn, one of the things that I know you're very keyed in on is pain relief, but there's a lot of pains, and emotional pain being a big one. Who benefits from this that you work with the most? I mean, is there a group of people? Is it emotional pain sufferers or physical pain sufferers, or is it kind of like both?
It's both. Because a lot of times people don't know that they have something emotional happening. A lot of times, like myself, Darius, growing up, I stored all my emotions so deep that I actually was frozen. I mean, I actually didn't feel love. Mm-hmm. I didn't feel anything my whole life. And I just thought it was normal until I really started unearthing it. And that was really part of my journey when my sounds came, because I thought that was just the normal way of being. So a lot of people could just be numb to their emotions and, not know that that it's there. So I think it's really everybody, and I think the more we open up and expand and, of course, keep clearing our layers and whatever comes up, we're going to feel more and more, and we're going to get more sensitive, and a lot of people even become more intuitive as well. It's just that's just the process, It's really cool.
Yeah, we have a few more comments coming in, so I'm going to read those, and let me grab those. And if you have a comment or you are feeling a shift, let us know at uhealthrevolution.com. A bunch of them coming in. Lisa said, my whole body's vibrating. My hands started to get hot. I literally started laughing for no reason. Another person wrote in, feeling peaceful, feeling bliss, feeling like a lot of energy is now moving in my body. So I want to hear from you, and one of the things that I'm also very interested in is what is going on with your body or how you are feeling about your future, and what is it you want to release today or as you move into the new year. What is going on with 2020? Don, I know this is one of the big things you're working with is moving people into this new space for the new decade, really. What do you see kind of happening? What's energetically going on from your take?
Well, there's been a lot of, I just been clearing a lot of old on people. So I'm talking about old wounds, old stuff. Even people coming to me now, Darius, with changes in their life. I mean, I've had people with significant life changes. I'm talking about even people disconnecting from other people that are not really aligned. It's like almost like the quickening on this planet right now is really unearthing things in all of us, and not all of us are on board. And it's almost like the universe is kind of like giving us, obviously we don't have to do that, but I really feel that people are really committed to their path. I mean, I've had someone 85 years old just make a huge change in her life. She's on the spiritual fast track, and she's, she was with somebody who just wasn't, it was kind of just like holding her back, and it was a very, it wasn't a bad breakup or anything for them. It was kind of mutual, but it was almost like it had to come down to where one of them had to say, this is, we need to just part. And here, she's rebirthing a new life in 2020, all excited, So there's a lot of huge changes happening right now, and some of them could be, like I said, like in that case was kind of drastic, but she was ready for it, and she was, that just came through in a reading, with her, because I do soul readings, and her soul obviously suggested it, but she was ready to do it. She just needed to hear it from me, a complete stranger. And it's a lot of things are quickening. I just find with people, I'm just really doing a lot of deep work with people right now, Darius. I'm clearing a lot of, I know I don't do a whole lot of past lifetimes, but they do come up, and sometimes I do need to bring them to people's consciousness. Sometimes I can clear them without a whole lot of talking. It depends. It depends on the scenario. But I find that there's just a lot of deep unearthed stuff that even it's beyond the person's conscious mind that I'm bringing up. And it's just leaving. It's releasing. And I don't really always have to get into the story of it, but it's really just preparing people for the new these new vibrations and
I love it.
Really. Yeah, really unearthing a lot of traumas on people and stuff. They could be traumas from later on in life as well, not just childhood traumas. I do a lot of clearing on both. So, and really preparing people's bodies, to handle these vibrations. That's really important. We can do all the soul work, Darius, and everything else, but we have to, we have to keep our bodies on board too. And I'm talking, like today we're talking about pain, and we're talking beyond that really. It's really to help the body be able to hold, and house these vibrations that will be coming through us and being so we have to kind of upgrade the body, but we have to be very loving and know that our bodies are running still at a lower frequency, and that's part of our journey. Right. We can do all the spiritual work, but we do need to work on the body too and make sure the body is, able to handle these vibrations. So that's the work we're doing here too as well.
I want to share what Lisa had written in. She said, oh my God, this was crazy. I really wasn't expecting to feel anything, but as soon as we started, I felt as if my whole top of my head was moving in slow motion waves, opening up. I love it. Another person said, my whole body feels lighter, feeling very relieved, very calm. Another person said, it feels like a big detox. So very nice, says Tara. So as these are coming in, keep sharing. And, for those that we've worked with, I know there's going to be a lot more coming in. And also send in some more of your questions. We're going to do a wild card quick Q&A towards the very end of the call, so we want to get to as many people as possible. And in preparation for 2020, I know one of the things that you are doing and you are very much committed to is helping people move forward in their life. And I want to, ask you towards the end of the call, what's the number one thing you recommend? But I also know that you serve people really deeply in this work, Dawn. I mean, this is your life's work, and that you have some opportunities for people who may want to go deeper into this work and get some support so they don't have to do it alone. And real generally, I mean, what you put together for UWealth and for our community is a show package that is brand new. And you decided that as you plugged in, it was going to be focusing on removing the pain energy. Tell me real quick about this, and then I want to dive in. What is the pain energy, and what is it you want to remove from our lives now and, of course, as we go into 2020?
Well, it's about pain, but it's also about just getting our energy in our bodies healthy, okay? So this is really here to benefit everybody, not just pain. It's also about just getting our bodies up to being able to handle these vibrations that are coming to us right now and really unearthing what's there that is dense that needs to leave. So I know the pain the program is really titled towards pain, but actually it's for everybody, Darius, who really wants to really help their bodies to really be able to adapt to these new frequencies. So all these modules are actually going to help everybody do that. And I did basically make each module in different areas of the body, which really you might not have pain in that area, but it's so helpful to listen to these because it brings all aspects of your energy and your alignment of your full physical body together as one vessel, not just choppy, because that's what I find with a lot of people, that we can have one area of our body doing well and then one area of our body just kind of not really running or actually running smoothly or being kind of blocked up or stopped up. And a lot of times it could even be, it could be in like our stomach or something. So this is going to help, pretty much every area of your body. And I think we even, you threw in some bonuses on this too, which are really helpful as well.
I do want to mention that because this is one you wanted to talk to me privately about, but I do want to mention also that she is doing some personal work because we have been getting a ton of requests from people who are saying, I really need some help and I need something quick and I need to be able to get in as quick as possible. And she is doing 25 minutes private one-on-one if you want to get in for your own personal sound vibrational session to actually break up those low frequency holding patterns of lack or pain. So we're talking about restoring peace, releasing negative energy as you move into 2020, boosting energy, feeling renewal, relieving even body discomfort. And this 25-minute is deeply discounted from $1,450 to just $177. And I know these might fill up, so some folks may want to lock them in. There's a 2-installment plan of just $89 each installment, but that's one part of it. I want to get into that, but you're also doing some remote work for people who go deeper between now and Sunday at midnight on any package they get. So I was blown away by that. And you were telling me privately, like, I want to tell you about this because we've got a special bonus. Am I right? It's a rebalancing. Is this a rebalancing of the energetic physical bodies, or which one is this?
This is 21 days of remote healing everybody's going to receive. I think it starts actually in February. So I kind of gave it enough time in case other people jump on board within the holidays. But it's going to be 21 days of me bringing in really high vibration source energy to the whole group. So it's not like you need to like be meditating or anything. This is actually going to be done with by me, and I think it's on your page at a certain time. Every day I'm going to be tuning into the group and bringing in really high frequency to everybody. So this is really going to help people's bodies prepare and actually get used to running high frequency, depending on how sensitive you are. It's more or less to just be open and trust and know your highest good is happening. And I normally don't offer that, but I'm doing that because I really want to help people here. So I think it starts at the beginning of February, and it'll be for 21 days, everybody. And everybody's on board if you choose to purchase my package A or package B today. And I'm just very glad that I could bring it to your community, Darius, and share that with everybody.
Yeah, and I will tell people, you may say, well, February, that's a while away, but here's the thing. It's kind of like an added special bonus that's going to be happening, so you're supported into 2020. And we've got some stuff literally right now. So first of all, the one-on-one sessions are at uwealthrevolution.com/Dawn, DAWN, just like the sun rising at the dawn, 18. So Dawn 18 for season 18. And immediately, no matter what package people get, they're going to get literally these pain release clearings. And tell me, we're going to walk through some of these because there's a lot of areas where we not only store pain, but really what we're after here is the low vibration, is that stuff that is not stuff we want to carry into 2020. Could be ancestral energies, lack energies. So let's go through these. So the first thing you focus in on is emotional pain. I mean, that's huge. And is that the whole body, or is that sort of like the flush? Because that's the first item in package A.
Absolutely. It is, and that's a good word. I like to use the word flush. But it's also going to be working with a lot of people who are depressed. I mean, we've had a couple callers today, so this is really going to help them as well, especially if we're not conscious of it. So, and this is also, Darius, going to go into clearing inherited ancestral energy and, of course, any past lifetime energy you're bringing in right now that's coming up for clearing. It's just going to help wash away a lot quicker. And these MP3s are very powerful, everybody. So, you know, if you listen to one, you don't need to listen to the whole program in one day because that's how powerful they are. They actually need to work on you for several days. So I usually tell people listen to one for at least a whole week, okay? And, you know, just I would say more is not better with my program. So if you get the program, just listen to 1 or 2 a day, everybody. Okay, that's pretty much max. So you're going to get a lot of these. You're going to get like 10 of these. I think one's emotional pain, back pain. Darius, that's huge. That's like number 2.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll be clearing a lot of the back issues of people. You know, regardless if it's from injury or not, that's going to cover pretty much low vibration as well. And then, of course, we go into your stomach, you have abdomen area, like your stomach area, if you've had any surgeries or anything like that, any distortion energies from, you know, just any scar tissue, inflammation. That's really good for that, too. You know, a lot of people have digestion issues, and that's it could be part of your spiritual path, too. So this is going to help really unearth a lot of this stuff so much easier for everybody. And I'm all about making things easier, Darius. So if I could make it easier and less pain going through it, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm all about. So, and also we go into the heart. So, you know, I've had people who have had heart issues, but this doesn't have to be heart. It could be heart walls, closed heart, you know, just opening to receive. So there's a lot more than just the heart and arteries. I mean, everybody wants to be healthy. So I think this could benefit everybody, even if you are healthy. I mean, I've had people who are athletes who love these MP3s because it really gets them up to their game even better because it gets their bodies up to being like a race. I call it a race horse or race car, you know, whatever you want to call it, but just really working properly. So this is all about getting your body so it can actually handle all these ascension energies much easier because we could do the work spiritually, but we need to bring the body on board here, everybody, and keep our bodies healthy. It's so important. So, again, we go from like the heart and the throat to lungs. You know, that's going to, we had some clearing today I did on the throat, clearing everybody's throat chakras and also lungs. I mean, there's people who have lung issues. It's going to help you release any energies there. If you have some trapped emotions, and I can tell you a lot of people do in that area. It goes all the way from surgeries, Darius, to blockages in the body to just having, just to our spiritual path, okay? Just keeping our bodies healthy for our spiritual evolution. And then the brain, clearing the brain. I mean, that's another one we have, headaches, you know. I don't know anybody, I mean, people at times just get brain fog, you know, not thinking straight. It clears the chakras like I just did with a lot of the callers today, of all that heavy energy that's really lodged at the top of our head. So this is really good for that as well. And it covers pretty much every area that, we have an area here. It really covers a lot more than just what it says.
Yeah, it just sounds like a whole body clearing.
Yeah.
You even got teeth and gum pain.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And past life energy and ancestral energy is big on these. Tell me about the area of heart pain, because when we're dealing with the heart and heart walls, I know the last time you were here, we talked a lot about heart walls and the importance really of, I mean, everything flows into us, I believe, like from that heart and also that higher connection. So in 2020, keeping the heart open, keeping that field vibrating all around you, to me is the channel where the goodness comes in. You work, I know, in clearing these heart walls for people too.
Oh, yes, it's essential. Especially, you know, everybody, we want to be connected in with our soul or our higher self. And by doing, really opening our heart actually makes that bond even stronger. So you could actually feel more of your higher self in your body. So, and this is also going to help with like people who have had, I've had many heart walls my whole life. I mean, I was pretty much buried alive with that. So, and I've had a lot of, I've been married and had really not really great relationships. I think a lot of people could say that too. You know, maybe things didn't work out the way you wanted to. You might be holding some resentment energy, or who knows? I mean, it covers everything, anything to do with the heart, and including just a heart issue. I mean, I hope you don't have that, everybody, but if you know, that can help with really getting your valves of your heart moving, flowing better. So maybe one of somebody's resolutions, Darius, might be to just start jogging or running or getting more active. So all these clearings here are going to help your body so you can actually, a lot of people just say, I want to do it, I just don't feel good in my body. Well, this is going to help you so you can start being, feeling good. So this is, it's good for everybody, really.
Yeah, well, I love this, and I'm going to share what a few people have been saying. Sadia says, I am feeling like Dawn just wrapped me in a warm, fuzzy blanket. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Kang says, I definitely need help with my emotional and physical health. And another person, Cosmic Power Wash. My back and shoulders feel super light. My breath is clearer. Thank you, thank you. So a lot of beautiful things coming in, and we're going to be going in deeper with a few comments and questions. But if you want to jump in, uwealthrevolution.com/Dawn18. And let me make note, I mean, certainly if you are dealing with a physical issue, continue your medical treatment that you're doing, continue to see your team of medical beings, because, we're not doctors, but, we want to work in the energy and remove the energy impediments to your body, also working 100% effectively. And so, this is definitely all about a holistic approach energetically, and this is what Dawn is doing. Now, Dawn, I mean, you've got here a lot, because everyone in package A, which is a very reasonable way to go deeper, is going to get not only all of these clearings that you're doing, but they're also going to get the special 21 days of energy healing. So you get 10 of Dawn's sound clearings for the whole body, and the heart, and the brain, and the teeth, and the wrists, and the elbows, and the ankles, and the shoulder, and the neck, and the throat, and the lungs, and the heart. The list goes on, but people are also going to be getting 21 days of remote healing, which is beautiful. And this is about connecting to the light that resides within you. And you're also going to give people the DNA clearing, and clearing ancestral and inherited energy, and the energetic protection shield. Now, I want to talk about that because that's a little new, and people may be saying, I feel like that one beautiful woman who there was something around her neck, and it was somebody jealous. It was somebody not wanting me to succeed. It was somebody not happy with the work I was doing in the world, or they just want to see me down in the dumps. Can this help with that? And what are you doing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a cocoon of white light, divine source energy. I call it creator energy. It just basically cocoons you and protects you all day long. So, again, I know most people on your show, Darius, are very sensitive. So this would really help also cocoon you so you're not, you're still aware and you're still in the world, but it's just going to be like a little bit of extra layer around you of just protection and also just light from the divine creator. And it almost makes your light in your body or around you much stronger. So it's like almost like people. It's funny. I've had this out for a while. People feel like people gravitate towards you more. So I've had someone give me a funny story about that too. They listened to this MP3, and they were actually in sales, Darius, and they were selling something, sales, and they got really good sales day from it. I'm not making any claims, but their sales went up because they were like a magnet. So, so there's a bonus here. You know what I mean? If you're in sales, or if you like, maybe you're in retail or something, whatever, that could really amplify that for you, because I've had many people tell me that. So that's just the bonus, and of course, it's just going to protect you. It's a wash of protection. And especially around the holidays right now, as you mentioned, it's everybody. There's a lot of sadness here going on with a lot of people. This might help you if you're sensitive to not feel so much of that, because it's really a hard time now between now and New Year's, and I'm totally aware of that as well.
Yeah, I've been pulled into that, and I agree. It's very easy, especially if we're open, because we are opening up more and more to different energy fields. So it's time. And I say, like, this energy today and what we're doing, moving into this new field, is about sovereignty. So you can choose to feel sadness. You can choose to feel that and work through that and honor that and love the world for what's going on. But you get to choose that. The difference is, as we ascend, is we are going to choose. If we want to feel that, we're going to choose it. No one can control and force that energy on us if we don't choose it. And so sometimes you need to make sure that you are in alignment to the light so that you do not have to take on something you don't want. So I appreciate you doing that. So it's going to be in all time, space, levels, and planes. And you also have a really cool 28 minutes Discover Sound Healing gift. All of this is in package A, which is a $950 value. It's 87% off. It's just $127. It's a great way to jump right in and be supported all during the new year and right now. And package B is for 25 minutes with you. Now, Dawn, what's the, with 25 minutes, who would you say who are the people that benefit and say, okay, I want to work with Dawn? Is it more like this, I got this one big thing, or I really just can't take this anymore, or I just maybe want that personal help?
Yeah, I think it could be all the above. I really find people right now are really wanting change, okay? It's like almost like I could sense it in some of the callers today. We're just kind of, okay, we had enough of this. And I'm really just like the power boost for everybody. The energy, as you could tell how fast I work with people today, a 25-minute session may not sound long to you, but it's an eternity. We could get so much done in 25 minutes, and I can help you really accelerate any area of your life. It doesn't have to be on pain, Darius. If they want abundance clearings, we could do that. I mean, I work in every facet and every aspect of people's lives to help people move forward on the fast track, really, and really get them to the life that they really want to live and actually be in line with their soul's purpose. That's really what I do. Is to really align you to your soul's purpose, which is really, once you get on that fast track, everybody, that's when things in life really flow and you just feel really good in your body on the journey. And even if things in your life don't always work out the way you want it to, it's not going to really knock you back or anything. It's really, you become more accepting of everything because, we all have things that happen to us. Everybody does. It's just our way how we handle it. So this is really maybe smooth out your road a little bit. So, things don't always go your way. You'll just be like, okay, everything's fine. I know it'll work out, and you'll be in that energy, and we'll be clearing out these deep blocks also if you have things that are in the way of you feeling that way and feeling good in your body. So there's a lot there happening. So you can have pain. You guys have pain. I'm great. I love pain. I will make sure that we get your pain out of your body, cleared, or whatever we need to do to get the blockage cleared. But if you just want to get accelerated for 2020, which is right around the corner here, I could do that for you really easy, and that's what I do, and effortless for sure.
I appreciate this. I love it, and I agree. This is multifaceted. Send us in your questions because we're going to keep going. I do want to mention really quick that in addition to the 25 minutes that it happens with phone or Skype, you're also going to get in package B, clearing thoughts, feelings, and emotions. This is very focused on that, but also clearing low vibrational energies, which is another bonus she's going to do. So this is now even more of that, bringing in your own natural resonant frequencies in package B. And it is very affordable, 88% off of a $1,450 value. For the amount of time Dawn spends, $177 to support her soul work and this beautiful space we're creating on this fifth dimensional new earth. And you can also lock in your space so that you don't miss out anyway for just $89 in the first installment and another $89 in 21 days. And the bonus that I actually forgot to mention was an evening rebalance of energetic and physical bodies. I love this because there are days when I finish up and I'm running around, or if I have to go to the mall or do different things, and I feel like, wow, I'm just not feeling like myself. Can this energetic rebalance help me to sort of calm the clutter and clatter and clinker of my mind and all that stuff?
Yeah, especially around the holidays right now in the malls. That's for sure, Darius, and you're sensitive, so I can imagine you probably feel a lot. And also, it just brings... Really what it does is grounds you everybody in your bodies more for the end of your day. And it really clears out everybody else's energy that you might have taken on from the world or your workplace, just from your day. So it really brings you back into your, I call it your neutrality, your neutral zone. Okay, because that's where we really want to be anyway. We want to be on our neutrality. So we're going to kind of clear out everything from our days, stresses, wherever it came from, and bring you right back into your neutral, right in your peaceful zone. So, and that's also grounding in your light into your body as well. So you can go to sleep that night and actually feel really rested, and you probably, believe it or not, I could tell you, will probably rest a lot deeper. You'll sleep deeper and get a good night's sleep, and feel much more energized the next day. So that's really the whole purpose as well.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Well, we're going to jump in with a few final questions that people may have and things they could be wondering about. So, Dawn, if you got maybe 5 or 8 minutes, we're going to get to some more people and send love. And, of course, some more comments coming in. All right, so we've got a few people. Anika says, Dear Dawn, I believe I have PTSD. I feel like I'm always on high alert. My body hurts. I can't calm down. Can this program help somebody like Anika for that?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay. And I do find with a lot of people is that because sometimes our energies just get really scattered in our bodies, and I do find with a lot of people, a lot of times our energy systems are not really running smoothly. They're all choppy. So, and a lot of times when our energies are not really flowing, a lot of times we're right in our mind, in our head, and that's really what really causes us even more unrest and unpeace. So I would say definitely anybody who wants to feel more in their bodies and more grounded and actually feel more of their light and more of their soul, this is for them as well. Exactly.
Okay, I've got another comment here coming in from another beautiful caller. Rosa Marie says, wonderful energy clearing and energization. I love that word, energization. And says, I feel the energies running through my body. Thank you, Rosa Marie in Spain. You are amazing. Another person wrote in and said this. Okay, we're going to go all the way back to one of the beginning writers here, and one person is asking, how does this type of work help with finances? And we've kind of talked about this, but what have you seen financially? You've given a few examples. What do you see as the number one thing that starts to open up in that area when people begin to do work like this?
Finances, well, you receive more opportunities. You're getting more into the flow, because I could tell you, nothing's cookie cutter, because I've been doing abundance work for years, okay? So what these energies do is it goes in probably where you might not even be conscious of it, start clearing out a lot of the unconsciousness, and that's really where it comes from. If you know it or not, it's just mainly belief systems as well. Yours are something you've inherited or from your family. So, people just start noticing, because I've had a lot of people. I had one lady who went into a store. She had a 25-minute session with me, and she was just like everybody else in the store. I think it was around the holidays, too. She said everybody was like in this mood, just, get me out of here. And here she was just in this energy. We just got done with her session. She went to the mall, and everybody there, it's like the energy changed. Everybody was catering to her. She wasn't lying. She wasn't stressed. The people who were working in the store were asking her if she needed anything, probably maybe more with her, because she was radiating her true light to the world.
I love that.
And that's what I do, is I grounded her soul, and she found that it was just a wonderful experience, and she felt like she was in another, like she was just floating on cloud 9, and it was just beautiful. So I think that it can happen for everybody. It's really aligning yourself really to your body, mind, and spirit together. And when your soul's in the body, that's when your soul is not stressed. You're going to really feel that energy, like, wow, I just feel peaceful. I just feel good, You don't have to be doing anything, and you just feel good, okay? And that's I think that's what everybody wants to feel, that's just that really deep peace. That's really your true birthright.
I love it.
It's really you. Yeah. It's really you,
It is. It is, and I thank you for that, because if I could share one thing that I feel really when in alignment is exactly what you're feeling. And when you do that, reality changes. So, Dawn, thank you for being here and doing this. A lot of beautiful comments coming in from people all over the world, and a lot of holiday healing help that was much needed to stay in that higher frequency. Any final thoughts for people, or for somebody who feels like it's just not possible? You have been through so much, and your life path has been one, I believe, of bringing in your own light so you could free other people. It's so clear to me as I read your energy that you chose a challenging beginning to be a true champion and a true person who can bring light no matter what is going on. What would you say to somebody right now who thinks or feels these situations around them are so dark it's impossible?
Yes. Again, everybody, I have been where you're at, and I think that's why I can actually show up today and be a humbled servant to everybody here. And so in my heart, because I know, I can tell you with truth in my authentic energy of what I've been through. If I can get through it, and I've been through homelessness, guys, and I've been through abuse, and every type of abuse as a child, and no love, and turn my life around. And it was a little challenging. You're right, Darius. But look, I think it was my training in some ways. But you can too. And it's just really, just have to say yes to yourself. And whatever that yes is, you know, if it's, you know, finding someone that you like working with me, if you feel in your heart, I don't know. If you feel I'm the right person, I know I can help you, but you just have to be ready and just kind of like most of the callers say, I can tell Darius that they're all ready for change. That's where the change really starts happening, when you first just say that yes to yourself, and then, you know, just go about it. You know, follow your heart's lead. What feels right to you? You know, is it working with a healer? Is it really help yourself? Because I do say one thing, Darius, my work that I do is very efficient. I've been doing this for a very long time. I just know how to help people and really help people get out of their rut or whatever their heavy experiences are, and really show you that there's a new light and there's a new way of being that you may be just not aware of, but it's right around the corner and it's right there for you, and you just have to say yes. So thank you so much. That's all I need to say is I hope I can serve you.
I love it, and I know you will. That is our amazing guest, Dawn Crystal. I really enjoy her so much. She is a heart of a beautiful goddess warrior, but also the heart of a beautiful, tender, loving gift and servant. I can feel both energies in you, Dawn. You don't take anything. You're ready to go at it, but you're also very loving and kind, and I love that about you. And so if you want to check out what she's doing, definitely supports her beautiful work in the world, and it's at uwealthrevolution.com/Dawn18. And the other thing I want to share for everybody here is we appreciate you. We want to honor you today. I want to honor you today for being here and showing up for you. You may be going through a very challenging time. I know that we are all at different points in our life. So much of this is energy. And yes, there are physical situations that are happening, but it's also our energy that can cause them to shift and move in and out of form very quickly and change how we perceive them. So know that that energy that feels good, like the people that shifted today or that started seeing brighter, seeing things more clearly, that's a moment away. That is a moment away. It's right in our presence to be opened up, almost like a dimensional portal. And we all have access to that. That's part of the divine, human, cosmic being that we are. So plug into that through our show or through anything else that brings you joy. Know that we love you, and if you want to get help from Dawn, she has one-on-one spaces for holiday help as well to move you quickly into that new state even before 2020 or right when we're there. Take a look, uwealthrevolution.com/Dawn, DAWN 18. Much love, and we will see, love, and appreciate you on the next U Wealth Revolution session. Take care, everyone. I love you.